Okay, new video. It's been a long time since I made one. And I kind of found myself in a dilemma here. I got, 9 cars? And one by one, it seems like every single one of them is falling apart. And I don't have the drive to really fix them. So my Ford Ranger over here, the rear brakes went out and it needs wheel cylinders. Of course, everything's all rusted into place and I can't get them out and blah, blah, blah. So since I got the F-150, but the F-150 needs help too. There's the bearing on the air conditioner pump is making a lot of noise and I'm afraid it's going to throw a belt. So haven't been driving that one as much. Plus, I think the rear brakes are going bad in the thing. I don't know. But then the Explorer exploded.
Why? Why is this happening to me? Why?
It blew a spark plug out of the cylinder head, which is pretty typical for these 4.6 liter V8s. And I don't have a whole lot of time to work on it, nor do I even feel like it. So I'm running out of options here for cars to drive. I could drive my wife's T-Bird, I suppose. Then we got the Studebaker sitting over there where, yeah, I'm not driving that to work. Oh yeah, and I should mention that when the Exploder exploded, I ended up having to give my car, my 2006 Mustang, to my wife to drive. So I need to get something fixed and running so I have a reliable car to drive to work. And so I'm going to do the most logical thing and fix this piece of crap up and daily this.
This is scary.
You know, I don't have time to work on the other ones, but I have time to work on this. So I pulled it over the weeds and pulled it up here. And this thing is rough. I mean, did I mention that I drive an hour to work every day? Yeah. And this is going to be my car. Just look at this beauty. You're probably wondering where the taillight is. Well, I think the bigger question is, where's the trunk? It runs. It drives. Doesn't run real well. It doesn't stop very well. Windows are all falling in. But, you know, I got new doors for it. Well, not new doors, but different doors to put on it. What the hell is that? It's just got a little bit of rust issue going on here. Yeah, I mean, this thing is rough. But, you know, this is my dream car, so I have to drive this. This is going to be my replacement Mustang. Well, my wife drives mine. You know what's funny, though, is I have another Mustang that's in way better shape than this that I could probably fix and drive a lot easier than this thing. But that's too easy, you know. I got to make my life a living hell. So it's a 302. This is the original engine. And, you know, believe it or not, I am the third owner to this gem. That's right. This is a 3-owner car.
Holy smokes! You just backed over a 2-foot concrete bump and you didn't even slow down. What were you going about I don't know, 45 miles an hour backwards? Hey.
There's no harm done.
Oh?
I always test the transmission that way, the rear end for stress factors. Well, this is really a nice pen, man.
Hey, listen, you fellas haven't been, drinking, have you?
Nope, not me.
Oh.
We're responsible people.
So, you know,
What a beauty, huh? I picked this thing up in Iowa a few years ago. This was actually one of those cars that were kind of known around the area because it's a 69 Mustang that had been on the road since 69. And I think it was parked in, let's see, when was it parked? I know he kept upgrading the tabs, but 2012. It's still, like I said, it still runs and it still drives. Of course, when I was driving up here, the brakes locked up on me, and so that's going to have to be addressed. Pretty much everything's going to have to be addressed. I do have another engine for it. I have a 302 that's kind of warmed up. It has '69 Windsor 351 heads on it. You know, kind of a warmed up cam and some porting done to it and some fun stuff like that that I am going to put into this thing. But for now, the goal is, one, we need a trunk floor. Part of the frame rail is kind of rusty, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to ignore that and put the flooring in over that. Luckily, with these Mustangs, really, I only have to cover up that frame rail and the dropouts in this back part. And the rest is the fuel tank, actually, is the floor. So that's not that difficult. I got to do something about this trunk lid. As you see, doesn't really line up very well. It's also going to need floors because that's not going to cut it anymore. Interior wise, it's perfect. I mean, these seats, I mean, maybe a little duct tape or something. I like the seat belts. They seem to be broken. And these are, yeah, this is going to be a nightmare driving this thing to work. Well, my camera kind of ran out of batteries, and so you missed the excitement of me vacuuming this thing out. I think it turned out pretty good. Besides all the dirt and stuff built up on the seats, which I'm going to have to wipe off. It's not bad. Should probably pull the seats completely out and see what's underneath them. I'm definitely going to pull these front seats out because I have to patch the floors. As you can see, there's like nothing there. I don't think your floor is supposed to make that sound. And here's another gigantic problem area that you see I've done nothing to fix. The torque boxes are completely Bluetoothed on this car. The other side isn't as bad, but this side is freaking terrible. Surprised it hasn't split in half yet. Driver's seat is out. No surprises, but it was rusty and hard to get out. Let's take a look underneath here. I think I need to pull this stuff here off. Okay, so we got the carpet out. Actually, my friend came out here to help. And we ended up pulling the carpet out, and the floor looks like absolute dog crap, like I expected. This side isn't as bad as the other side. So this is the worst side. These torque boxes are junk, and I want to drive this thing, so we're just going to patch it up so then I can pull it out easily and fix the torque boxes later. The back, I got that welded up. I made this piece, and then that's all welded in, and the tank could probably go back in anytime. There's a few more spots I have to get here, but you know, overall it is good enough.
It's not just great, it's perfect.
It's nice and sturdy. I just have sheet metal screws going to the frame right now. I'm going to have to drill some holes and put spot welds to the frame. And then I can put the fuel tank back in, which I'm really looking forward to, because after that's in, then I no longer have to run that stupid gas can on the passenger seat.
I'm stoned. So are you.
Rowards.
Okay, so what's going on now? So this is the door that I took off the car, and we're replacing the doors with these that are in way better shape. And I got the driver's side door done already. Floors are in and just kind of zipped in for now, which is good enough because because I just want to get this thing on the road and driving, so I really don't care. I'll show you the door. Driver's side door fits really nicely with a gap big enough to stick your head into on the back side, and rubbing like hell on the front side, which is fine. And the trunk is in, and the turn light or the tail lights and all that stuff is all hooked up. Bumpers hooked up, all that stuff's welded. Looks damn fine. So the fuel tank is hooked up. It should be able to run off of the tank now instead of the boat tank, so no more spilling gas all over the seat, which is nice. And after we get that door on, I think I'll put the seat back in and button everything up, and it should be ready to roll. Now, like I said, I do have another engine for this thing that's kind of hopped up, and I'm eventually going to put that in. But for the time being, getting rid of the 2-barrel, and I have a 4-barrel intake and a 4-barrel Edelbrock carburetor that I'll put on here, just because that one leaks and it's pretty worn out. It still works. I mean, the car still runs with it, but yeah, it could benefit from a 4-barrel. Plus, it's a V8. You need a damn 4-barrel on it. I do have headers too that I was thinking of putting on there if it's not too much of a pain in the ass, but it looks like it probably is. And yeah, so oh yeah, and then the trunk lid, I have to put that back on. But that's so far with the Mustang, and hopefully I'll be driving this thing soon. Alright guys, after all that work, this is the final result, and it looks, well, I mean, I think it looks worse, if anything. Yeah, I gotta get door handles, obviously, on this side. And then the glass on this freaking door started to fall in too. So what happens is, in '69, they glued the glass into the regulators, and that glass gets old over time, and literally they fall off of the regulator. On the other side, we got also a new door. This door doesn't line up for crap, as you can see. Major gap here, the windows overlapping, and major gap here. I think the whole thing has to go that way. And yeah, so I also have a brand new fender that'll fit on this side. You know, I mean, I'm not sure if I really need to replace this fender or anything. I mean, it's in nice shape. It's like an inch of Bondo there. But the problem I have is if I replace this fender, the new one is black, and you know, it won't quite match. I mean, that is a major concern of mine. I don't want to look ghetto driving around in this thing, you know. So my idea is either paint the whole car black to match that, or just like maybe I'll bomb the other fender gray or something. Who knows? Also have a front valance that I'm going to put on here because might as well. It's brand new, and this one is a little haggard. What is this? And then that front valance, I have a chin spoiler for it. So yeah, making it look a little, you know, a little bit more sporty. This side, I don't have a fender for this side yet, and that fender's off of a 1970, so it's a little bit different than the one on that side. But yeah, so that's it for now.